Now, actually, I have shared this particular topic with you. In your syllabus, there is vocabulary. And this is a large part. All things together, this is, I mean, synonym, antonym, homonym, paronym, one words, everything is included in syllabus. And it has been named as one. That is what? Vocabulary, right? A large aspect. So you have to deal with this. I have already showed you how the word have been formed from the particular infix, suffix, prefix. What is a morph? How can the word be formed? This is iconoclast. So what is iconoclast? How can the word be formed? This is a particular method through which we can break it, we can segregate the word, and we can form it. So this is called coinage, right? This is very much in your syllabus. So far as I have studied your questions years after year, it is clear to me that the question has been given in very tricky form. Syllabus is large, but it is given in a very consolidated form, right? I have showed you how to club up this word according to the synonymous meaning. Wherever you find the meanings of the words are same, you have to club this up. You have to gather this word together, right? So this is a process through which we can mug up this word. We can process this word in our memory. Like I'm going to ask somebody, I'm going individual, right? Anamika Roy, this is the first name that appears in my screen. Now you tell me what is the difference between atheist and agnostic?
Agnostic, so who doesn't believe in God?
Right.
Or
Then who is an atheist or who is an agnostic?
agnostic.
Have you written this up?
जी सर, जी सर.
तुमने ये देखा है, राइट भी किया है, fine. What was the explanation that was given to you regarding the word theist, atheist? What was the difference between agnostic? Okay, now come. I'm going to Shandip. Shandip bhai.
Sir, agnostic is one who is not certain or doubtful about the God's existence, and the atheist does not believe in God. He certainly does not believe in the God.
Right. So we are certain about the thing that a person who is an atheist, for sure, the person doesn't believe in the God. So there is no doubt. The person doesn't believe in the God. There is no question of believing. But the thing is, agnostic is in between, right? Somehow he is in dilemma. He is in a confusion whether the God exists. So in whatever language you express it, he is doubtful, he is in dilemma, he is indifferent to the existence of God, right? So it's up to you. What has been written here, it is my language, but you have your freedom to express it at your own ease. Right? You got my point? Right? Anamika, ये clear है क्या? मैंने जो बोला वो.
Sir, agnostic के लिए आपने लिखा था root word agnos.
Agnos, lack of knowledge.
Agnos means lack of knowledge,
right?
Or confident.
Confidence, right? IC is an adjective, right?
So
root word
meaning
is a lack of knowledge. लेकिन पूरा मतलब क्या है? As a whole, the holistic approach of the word is what? मैंने क्या explain किया था? Lack of knowledge से क्या होते हैं? Confidence नहीं आते हैं.
हाँ.
Lack of knowledge create inconfidence, right? Fine. That infuses, that instills in human being a kind of inconfidence in everything, right? If you do not know a subject completely, you will fumble over it to answer, right? Suppose in an interview, if you are confident that yes, you know the topic, whatever questions comes, you are pretty confident to answer it, right? If you are, I mean, half knowledgeable about the thing, if you are acquainted with the knowledge, but the thing is that it is not actually clear to you. In that case, he will face a problem. So that means the person becomes agnostic, doubtful. আমি বাংলায় বলেছিলাম সংশয়বাদী, मतलब उसकी क्या है कि डाउट है, ये हो भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते. So that is agnostic. So here in this case, it is related to religion. That means God हो भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते, right? Now, so this is a concept. Now, heretic. Heretic was clear to you? Fine. Now explain me the word non-conformist to me. Just ये हमें ये बताओ कि non-conformist कैसे हम break कर सकते हैं? How can we, I mean, take into pieces the word non-conformist? Now it is the turn of Shreya. Shreya Monal. You attended the last class, I can well remember.
Yes, sir.
Break the word non-conformist.
The one who agree.
Shreya, if you are saying something, please be louder.
The one who believes or teach something that goes against accepted or official belief.
Exactly the same. Exactly. You break the word and take it out of the coinage. What is the root word? I have discussed at a length. What is the root word? Who can say what is the root word of the word non-conformist?
Conform.
Conform.
Conform. Yes, exactly. You both are correct. That is conform. What is the preposition that goes with the word conform?
Consent. No, sorry.
Conform to.
Conform to.
Very good. Conform to. What does it mean actually?
To follow or accept.
Accept.
Very good. To follow or accept. Both of you are correct. Right. Now we have actually suffix and prefix together. Non-conformist. That means who is not ready to believe, not ready to accept. Right. So this is very easy concept. Right. Now, rest of the words. The person who is called pantheist. What type of person is this? Who is a pantheist? I've broken it up for you. Tell me the meaning of
It
the
is
word
antonym
pan.
of atheist. Atheist.
And no. See the concept.
Who believes in God.
No, he is theist. The person who believes in God is called theist. The root word is THE that comes from please make a note of this. These are going to be set in your examination. Theo, that is related to God or religion. Right? The concept of the word the or the is clear to us. IST, that is used for making a person responsible for knowing it. That means a person, a
Who
special
believes God.
who believes in God. But what is the meaning of pan?
Omni. All. You said
Yes,
last time.
only now it's coming. Omni or all. Now coin the word.
Achha, the person who believes God is everywhere. So
God. Yes,
God is
exactly. God is everywhere. It is a simple explanation. God is the person who believes that God is everywhere. The person who finds the existence of God in everything. Right? Okay, fine. Now this is pantheist. What is our vernacular language against the word pantheist? Sarveshwarvad, Sarveshwar. Next. Okay, tell me polytheism. So break it up. Quick. Polytheism.
बहु ईश्वरवाद बहु
Bhushwarvad. Poly matlab?
Mul-
What do you mean by the word poly? That means many or
Many.
multi.
Hmm.
Right, you are in the way. Now, THE, that means God or religion.
God.
Ism, that means, what is ism?
मतवाद
Theory.
theory
Right, that is doctrine or theory. A particular thought, motobad. Clear? Now, polytheism. So that is a thought that God is different. I mean, the existence of God differs from one race to another, one person to another. So they believe in the different existence of God. Your God and my God is not the same. Your God takes after you, my God takes after me. Right? I can well remember that I said the word is actually very negative in meaning. Why? Because the person who believes in the discrimination, bhedbhav jo karte hai, so he can be called a polytheist. The person can be called polytheist, or the ism which believes in the discrimination of the races and the belief. That particular ism is called polytheism, right?
Yes.
So this particular thing must be clear with you, right? We have actually said a part of this. We have dealt with a part of this, not as a whole. Fine. Have I discussed the word anarchist?
No, sir.
No. Okay, fine. See, try to break it up. Anarchist. What part of the word is common to you? What part of the word is known to you?
Architect, an architect.
No, I'm not talking about the similar sounding word. I'm talking about that what section of the word is known to you?
Arc.
Arc.
Okay, fine. Think about the suffix. ist is known to us, a person?
A person.
Right. Arc. You have brilliantly figured it out. There is arc. This is infix. And prefix is what? N. Right. Now see, wherever it is a question of an, ab,
Term of negative.
exactly. So these are the negative prefix. Moral, amoral. Morals means noetic, which is getting into the principles. That is called moral. Moral means something which is according to the principle. Which doesn't abide by the principle is called immoral. normal, abnormal. Likewise, anarchist. Now, we know everything except the infix, right? I'm helping you to make it out. Now, this is the root word, that is archy. Can you remember what is archy? What can be archy?
প্রত্নতত্ত্ব, archaeology থেকে পার।
Archaeology is a different thing together. It is a subject. Think any other word which includes archy, monarchy, right?
রাজতন্ত্র,
Rajtantro. Now see, finally, you're in monarchy. Think about the word. We have archy. Archy means tantru. That means what? A system of government. This is a particular formation of a government. Whenever it is a question of a government, we generally call it archy or CRACY, crazy. Either it is crazy or archy, democracy, autocracy, plutocracy, or archy, monarchy. So archy means the system of government or the government itself. Clear? Monarch is the best word. MONARK, monarch. Monarch means king, right? So the kingship is meant here. Monarchy. So this is a system of government that is usually run by the king or queen. So this particular system of government is called as monarchy, as we see in Britain, as we see in Bhutan. Monarchy exists there. Now, it is very easy to understand what is anarchy. Now try to guess what is anarchy.
একরাজতন্ত্র।
Anarchy, that means
অরাজতন্ত্র,
not, no, monarchy is Rajtantro.
না,
But the thing is,
অরাজকতা যেটা, অরাজকতন্ত্র।
Orajogota, exactly. That means no government at all. So there is no, I mean, absolute absence of law and order. No governance. No administration is there. Jiska jo man chahe wo kar raha hai. And that is called anarchy. Right? Anarchy exists in our state. Jaise hum kehte hain, anarchy. Now, so it has been explained here. Anarchist, one who tries to destroy all the establishment of government, peace and order. So complete absence of law and order is called anarchy. Right? Noirachyo, orajavota. So that is anarchy. So anarchist is clear, complete absence of law and order. Fine. Now it is a beautiful word when we call it bigot. Bigot. What is the explanation of the word? One who is full of excessive enthusiasm, especially in religious matter. Now, more or less, everybody of us, if not, I mean all, abide by some religious guidance. हम मानते हैं, जो कोई भी है, कोई मानते कोई नहीं मानते, अलग बात है, लेकिन मान के चलते हैं. Right? So we abide by the guidance of the religion. So this is normal. So this kind of activity is persistent and usually seen in the human being, irrespective of any race, culture, creed. But the thing is that when it comes to the excess of anything, we are maintaining a particular guidance of the religion is quite good. But the thing is that when we are more engrossed in it, we maintain the delicacies, we maintain the tremendous rituals. then the person is called bigot or fanatic, right? What do you say in our language?
Shall I explain again?
The person who is excessively engrossed, he is, I mean, tremendously lost in this religious rituals, এইসবে আর কি. The person is mostly
গোড়ামিন করে
exactly গোড়ামি. So this is the word, गोड़ामी. छूता छूत मानते हैं, बहुत सारा मतलब ऐसे रिलीजियस जो एस्पेक्ट है वो मान के चलते हैं, हजारों बार हाथ धोते हैं, ये करते हैं, वो करते हैं. So that is called bigot, fanatic. Somebody who is blind to the practice of religion. So that is called fanatic or bigot. It's a very, very, very important word. In most of the cases, we use it in a negative way. Fanaticism or bigotism is not a very constructive thing to follow, because it is a root which alienates us, which makes us separate from each other. ये भेदभाव की जन्म देते हैं. Next is a very important word next, that is chauvinist. CHAUVINIST. IST, clear to us, a person. Chauvinist, chauvinism, right? So what is chauvinism? See, in today's world, a particular word is very common to us, that is male chauvinism. We call it male chauvinism. What is chauvinism? Chauvinism is an irrational idea that someone's race or someone's community or someone's idea is the best, and there is nothing parallel to it, right? Who thinks in this way, that my religion, my way of thinking is the best, and nothing is good, nothing is as pure as my thought, my belief, right? So this kind of idea is called chauvinism. This is very, I mean, ridiculous, and this is also a kind of megalomania, right? Now we got the word chauvinism. So are you with me? Do you understand what is chauvinism? Chauvinism का मतलब समझ में आया? A person who irrationally thinks, ये thinks नहीं होगा, G नहीं होगा, ये K होगा, ठीक है? So instead of G, there should be K. That this idea or belief or community is superior to everything else. मतलब वही सबसे अच्छा है, ওটাই সবচেয়ে সেরা, ওর থেকে ভালো কিছু হতে পারে না, এরকম আইডিয়া যারা বিশ্বাস করে, that is called chauvinist. So we have a word called male chauvinism, that is boys, that is men are the best creature of the world. So women are nothing, are there of no use. Those who believe in this idea is called chauvinist, male chauvinism, right? So you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. This is the idea of chauvinism. Now that, see, I have discussed another word, that is megalomania. Have you ever heard this megalomania? No. Fine. So megalomania is a very similar thing like chauvinism. Chauvinism that acts upon a particular religion or race. Those who suffers from the idea of chauvinism, they believe that their race or the community is superior. But the megalomaniac is a person who thinks that he or she is the best creature of the world. Like if I think that I'm the person who understands English as well as anything, I'm the best person to understand and explain English, then I will be called a megalomaniac, right? Now see, mania. This is a suffix here. So what do you mean by the word mania? Mania is a very common word we use here and there, everywhere. What is mania? What do you mean by the word mania? अरे कोई तो बोलो.
Repetition of something.
Huh?
Repetition
Habit.
of something
Habit.
or habit.
Repetition of something or habit. You are to some extent correct, but you must come out with a bold answer. What is mania? Practice,
Disease.
right?
Or bad habit, disease or bad habit. He has a
Bad
mania.
habit. See, you are practicing for your examination very hard. You are trying to crack the exam, you are practicing, you are making a habit of doing something. So is it a mania?
No.
No. Then what is a mania?
Pampering something
Pampering something.
in a
Yes,
bad
coming.
way.
Like you were attached to something in such a way that so much concentration and so much habitual effect on this action is not practically needed. Like, see, they were the students of B.Tech. So you have so many things to deal with. You have to study so much extent. Somebody of you is maniac about English. He or she gives much concentration in it. And as a result, other subject gets neglected, right? Then he will be called a maniac. The person is a maniac for getting into English. Clear? A person who is suffering from an irrational idea that every time we need to wash our hand before touching anything. Every time we need to wash our clothes, whether it is dirty or not. That is a different mania. We call it ablutomania, because this is a mania. This is an obsession. Bangla আমরা বলি batik. That is obsession. This is megalomania, a person who is excessively lost in the idea that he is the best one in this field. So he is called a megalomaniac. In case it is applied in individual, we call the person as megalomaniac. When the meaning applies for the rest, is called chauvinism, or the person is called chauvinist, right? So idea must be very clear. If you are not getting me, please feel free to knock me at any point of studies. Great disrespect shown to God or to something holy, that is what? That is blasphemy. Now blasphemy, desecration, defilement, sacrilege, all are the similar words that has already been clubbed up. Desecration, defilement, Blasphemy, what is that? This is a kind of activity that dishonor the holy ideas, that actually disrespects a thought that is already established and respected by all. It is as well versed in case of a religion, a religious activity, similarly applied in any holy or sanctimonious atmosphere, like a hospital, a school is a place which is as pure as anything, where we find the actual God. This is a practice of getting God, rather. In school, we practice our knowledge. We try to enrich ourselves. In hospital, we get cure, right? So this is a place like temple. These are the holy place. If somebody disrespect this place, if somebody dishonor the status of the place, right? The person will be charged with the charge of blasphemy. The person will be framed under the charge of desecration. আমি বোঝাতে পারছি কি? So what is blasphemy?
The blasphemy is the activity.
Yes, blasphemy is the activity.
Is the activity.
Exactly. Desecration is the activity. But desecrate is the verb. Defile is the verb, right? Sacrilege is noun. Defilement is noun. ment. Whenever the suffix is added to the word ment, it becomes a noun. It's a very easy one. tion, shun, is added to the word becomes noun in most of the cases. Desecration, right? Likewise, blasphemy is noun, but blaspheme is verb, right? Don't desecrate the idea of others in which he believes. অন্যরা কোনো কিছুতে বিশ্বাস করে, তুমি তাকে অপবিত্র করো না. That means you please don't dishonor, right? If you are not agreed with the idea, at least you don't have a right to dishonor it. You don't have a right to desecrate it. Clear? Now is it clear with you? Okay, fine. So this is blasphemy. Next is renegade. Renegade is a completely different word. This is a kind of change in a person, in which person is encouraged to change his religion or his belief in anything. Suppose somebody is a great believer of communism, but something happens afterwards, he or she is tend to believe in reactionist movement. So he has changed his belief from communism to reactionist. Like somebody who is a Christian, but in some point of time, he decides to change it and has been converted into Islam. So he will be called renegade, apostate, proselyte, right? So these words have the same meaning. Now, in our language, we call it Bishashtagi, right? धर्म त्यागी, जो अपना धर्म को, जो अपना मतलब रिलीजियन को छोड़ के दूसरी किसी रिलीजियन को और दूसरी किसी पॉलिटिकल बिलीफ, वो भी हो सकते हैं, उसको अपना लेते हैं, तो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं कि he is an apostate, he is a proselyte, right? Now, this is a very delicate difference between the word apostate and proselyte. In most of the cases, a proselyte has been fed to change his or her religion. He is induced, right? He is provoked to change his religion. उसको क्या कि प्रोवोक किए जाते हैं, मतलब कि उसको समझाया जाते हैं कि चलो भाई ये काम कर लो, ये तुम क्रिश्चियन हो जाओ, तुमको ये एड मिलेगा, जिंदगी बहुत अच्छा होगा, ऐसे ऐसे करके, मतलब जो बोलते परसुएड, वन who has been persuaded to change his belief. So that is called a proselyte. Otherwise, all of the words are having the same meaning. Now, this is a very interesting thing. We have a word called a defection. D-E-F-E-C-T-I-O-N, defection. Defection is noun. Defect, verb. No. Can you tell me what is defect? Definitely, the way you know. I'm different from the word the way you know. What is defect? Defect as adjective we know. Defect means there is some problem. Defect means something which has an error, which has a mistake in it, which has a drawback in it. We call it something which is a defect. But it is, we are not talking about that particular meaning. Defect as a verb. Defect means to change one's political belief. And the defection is called changing political belief. मतलब कोई टीएमसी कर रहा है, कल बीजेपी हो गया, बीएपी से फिर टीएमसी हो गया, और कोई भी अलग सा पार्टी चूज कर लिया, जो भी है. So this is called defection, right? कोई तो ऐसे भी है कि the person is unable to remember whether unable to remember his present status, right? Becomes oblivion in which state, in which political belief he belongs, right?
Yes.
Fine. So these are the words you have to remember. So this is a particular group of words which is very essential for your examination, right? See whether I have missed something. कोई भी word मैंने miss तो नहीं किया. Please see it meticulously. Do you have any question? Sacrilege, fanatic, desecrator, profaner, iconoclast, non-conformist. Everything is clear, I think. Any question left?
অনেক সময় এরকম হয় যে মানে আমাদের একটা নিজস্ব একটা ওয়ে অফ থিঙ্কিং থাকে যে আমরা এইভাবে, এটা আমাদের লাইফের মতো, এইভাবে আমরা চলবো, কিন্তু কোনো একটা পার্টিকুলার রিজনে বা কোনো একটা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স হয়ে আমাদের ওই থটটা চেঞ্জ হলো, মানে আমাদের বিলিফটা বা আমাদের ধারণাটা পাল্টালো, সেই ক্ষেত্রে কি রেনিগেট বা প্রসেলাইট
বলা যাবে?
কি?
Right. In this case, we can call it renegade, apostate, but proselyte has a different meaning altogether.
লাইক স্যার এখানে যেরকম প্রসেলাইটটা আপনি বলেছেন যে কেউ মানে প্রভোক করেছে বা ইনফ্লুয়েন্স করছে,
exactly.
চেঞ্জ অফ বিলিফটা করতে, যেমন আমাদের এখানে যেমন সদ্গুরু বা এইরকম অনেক আমরা
right.
মানে কাউকে ইন্সপায়ার্ড হওয়ার জন্য কিছু আমরা আইডল পাই, যে তাদের কথাবার্তা আমরা ইন্সপায়ার্ড হয়ে যাচ্ছি, হয়ে গিয়ে আমাদের মানে ওয়ে অফ থিঙ্কিং গুলোকে আমরা চেঞ্জ করছি, তাহলে সেই ক্ষেত্রে কি সেটা প্রসেলাইট?
Exactly so. Exactly so. Which comes very naturally. That is renegade or apostate. But which is influenced, which is persuaded, which is forced, জোর করে করানো হচ্ছে. In that case, we can call it proselyte. Clear?
তাহলে এই যে ইনফ্লুয়েন্সাররা রয়েছেন, তারা তো আমাদেরকে ফোর্স করছে না, কিন্তু আমরা মোটিভেটেড হচ্ছি তাদের দ্বারা সামহাউ।
That can be called proselyte. Proselyte,
বলতে পারি।
no issue. Sure. Somehow we are getting provoked. We are being influenced. That is provoked. That is proselyte. Right? Like Kabir Shuman. According to Hindu, he is a proselyte. He's a renegade. He's an apostate, right? Because he has changed his belief. So to us, he's a proselyte. Clear? But for the Muslims, for the Islam, he is not. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is clear to you. Next. We have different set of words. Now, one word related to death. So these are the process through which we can make our vocabulary very easy. Go step by step. Make a category of it. Right? Take some words together which belong to the same idea or same thought. Then only it will be easy for us to understand. Right? Because our brain, our mind has already been overburdened. It has been highly told. So we need to free our mind so that we can very easily mug it up. So these are the process. Like we have several new words. That is beer. How does it pronounce? Beer. So we know what is beer. We know what is beer. Chilled beer. Now beer we know. Now this is the only thing, beer, which is not known to us, probably not known to us. So what is that beer? So it is clearly written here, I wouldn't stand to carry dead body. Right? So after once dead, when the body is carried through a very minimum structure made of bamboos or wooden sticks, right? That is called a beer. Don't confuse beer with coffin. Right? Beer is not a kind of bed. In our language, we call it chatai, khagra. So these are the words. See, this ritual is common everywhere. After someone's death, body is not directly kept on the land, on the ground. So in order to make a difference between the ground and land and in our body, we use some medium. And in most of the cases, it is made of woods or bamboos. So this particular thing is called beer. Right? This is observed in crematorium as well as in graveyard also. In graveyard, the body is not directly kept in mud or clay or directly on earth. Maybe they can use some kafan कहते हैं हम इसको, मतलब an enshrine, a fine piece of cloth or some wooden structure. So according to their financial capability, they use this particular medium of lying the dead body on. Clear? So this is called beer, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, next, pyre. Next word. It's a very easy word. A large pile of wood for burning dead body. Now, we call it chitta, right? When the body is burned according to the earlier custom. So huge pile of woods are taken together to burn the body, so that nothing remains, a body part should not remain in this terrestrial world. It should be turned into ashes, burnt into ashes completely. Right? So this is called pyre. Next, graveyard. Graveyard is a very common word, you know this. Actually, grave is a different word. Yard, you know, yard means angan, uthan. So this is open terrace. Shoshan ghat, na? Shoshan is crematorium. আমরা যেটাকে বলি graveyard is what? Graveyard is কবরখানা, গোরস্থান, right? So this is graveyard. Now, in case of Christian, we call it what? So which is a similar word in case of Christian, which is synonymous with the word graveyard? I'm helping you.
Symmetry.
Yes, symmetry. Symmetry is also graveyard. Simple thing. So note it down. It is not written here. Now next, a place where dead bodies are burned. That means samsan, crematorium, crematory, a holy place where the bodies are burned. Right? Done. Next, cenotaph. Very tough word, very tough word. And very common in the examination also. See, cenotaph, cenotaph and mausoleum. I have kept it, kept them in order. Sequentially, I have placed these words one after another. Cenotaph is a monument that is built in the memory of a person, right, who is no more. But the thing is that the body of the particular person is not under the cenotaph. Mausoleum is the same thing. But the fact is that the body is buried under it. उसको दफनाया जाते वो मेसोलियम का नीचे, मतलब कि मॉन्यूमेंट का नीचे अगर बॉडी रहेंगे तो उसको कहेंगे हम मेसोलियम, और बॉडी नहीं रहेंगे, उसकी यादगार में कोई चीज बनाया जाती है तो उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? सेनोटफ, राइट? স্মারক হিসেবে যদি বানাই তাহলে সেনোটফ, আর যদি না হয় সত্যি বডি থাকে, then in that case we call it mausoleum. And the explanation is given here. A monument erected in honor of someone whose body is buried under it. Fine. Tell me, Taj Mahal मतलब क्या हो सकते हैं? Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Right, mausoleum. M-A-U-S-O-L-E-U-M. Mausoleum.
All pyramids are mausoleum.
In most of the cases, all the pyramids are mausoleums. Exactly. Fine. Shahid Minar. What is the actual name of the monument? Shahid Minar.
Cenotaph.
No, yes, exactly. Shahid Minar is a cenotaph, definitely. What is the actual name of the monument? Shahid Minar. Shahid Minar तो हम लोग कहते ऑक्टरलनी मोन्यूमेंट. धर्मतला फिर से कोई दिन मतलब जाना है तो एक बार जाके देख लेना. You go and see what is written on this particular monument. It is inscripted on this monument, Octorlani monument. Okay, fine. Come to the word that is epitaph. See, what is epitaph? जिसको हम मतलब it is popularly known as tombstone. तो tombstone तो मतलब दो वर्ड हो गया, लेकिन वन वर्ड में इसको क्या बोले जाते? So it is explained or described in one word as epitaph. And the explanation is very easy to remember. See, everywhere there is an explanation. Yard का मतलब क्या होता है? What is yard? Yard means angan, open, terrace. See, IUM or ORY. If we find such suffix in a word, yum, vori, ORY. See, everywhere the word seems to mean a place. See, aquarium, riam, again. So what is an aquarium? A place where a place. It is not fishes, it is fish. Fish cannot be written in plural. Where fish are kept, clear? So that is called aquarium. Now see, a museum. All the museo items or the, curio item is preserved and kept. And that is called museum. Likewise, harpetarium, ophidiarium, we have several words together, right? So, clear? Now see, ORY, factory, FACTORY, poultry, pantry, right? Clear? मतलब ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा word, in most of the cases we have the same meaning. ठीक है? Crematory, it is a place where the bodies are burnt. Factory, जहाँ कोई चीज बनाए जाते, where something has been made, that is called, it is a place for making something is called a factory. Producing something is called a factory. Poultry, so this is a place where poultry,
domestic animals are
not only
no domestic
chicken.
animals.
Only fowls are taken care of. And getting into the breed, but that is called a poultry. Fine. See, everywhere it means in the same way. Now see, tough, TAPH, GRAPH, graph, TAPH, tough. Graph we know. Other word is very common to us. We can easily understand what is graph. What is graph?
Pictorial representation.
Very good. A text diagram, a picturesque representation. So that is called graph. Maybe picture, maybe a kind of mapping something, maybe a kind of writing. That is called graph, right? What is tough then, TAPH? Tough is something that is written in a monument. मतलब कोई भी monument पे कोई चीज लिखे जाते हैं, something that has been carved or inscribed in a stone or in a concrete wall. So that is called tough. When it is written on a monument that has been built in the memory of a person, we call it cenote. In normal case, when it is written in the stone, describing the person in brief. That is called epitaph. Inscription on a tomb, right? কবরের ওপর যে পাথরে লেখা থাকে, so that is called epitaph. Now, what does epi mean? In most of the cases, epi means last, or in a better way, end. Epi, that is end. Here end means the end of one's life. Clear? Do you find any difficulty to understand my language?
স্যার
হ্যাঁ,
সেনোটাফ আর এপিটাফের মধ্যে কি ডিফারেন্সটা বলবেন?
একটার নিচে বডি আছে, আরেকটার নিচে নেই। সেনোটাফের নিচে বডি নেই, সে অন্য, ধরো যুদ্ধক্ষেত্রে কোনো সৈন্য মারা গেছে, a soldier dedicated his life for the nation. Now he has been buried in this particular field of burial ground. Clear? So after the battle, something has been erected, something has been established in the memory of that soldier. So that will be called a cenotaph. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is obituary. It's a very simple word, obituary. I'll explain it to you. A printed notice of one's death. A printed notice of one's death is called obituary. Now, see, obituary. In paper, in newspapers, in our news daily, in some magazines, we often find something that is very neatly framed, and a picture is given of a dead person who has demised, whose soul has left us. Then underneath something is written, especially some memorable deed he contributed to the society, or his stature of life. So this piece of writing is called obituary. In our language, we call it shok সংবাদ. Clear? So that is obituary. Now, further, I've explained it, especially in a newspaper, typically including a brief biography of the deceased person. Deceased matlab, cease matlab to aap jante ho. Cease means to stop something. Now, deceased person, the person who is no more, the person who is dead. So that is deceased person. Clear? Now, so the word is very common to you. Corpse. C-O-R-P-S-E, corpse. Corpse means what? The dead body of human being. In our language, we call it shab. Lash. ठीक है? देखो अभी clear है कि नहीं? Corpse. Now we have a different word, that is cadaver. But the word cadaver has a different meaning. Cadaver is a dead body which is unclaimed, a strayed body, which has, no claim over it. वो किसका body है? So that is unknown to us. In that case, we call it a cadaver. Clear? Cadaver हो भी सकते हैं कि मतलब क्या बोले हम? The cadaver were bagged and removed to the city morgue. Cadaver मतलब कि लाश को क्या किया गया? इसको बैग में, बैग के अंदर भर के उसको क्या सिटी मॉग में उसको शिफ्ट कर गया है. So this is just an example of the word cadaver. How can we use the word cadaver? Fine. The next word is carcass. It is also the dead body, but it is not of a human being. In case of animals or birds, we call it carcass. And a plural is carcasses, right? So we have a good conception of corpse and carcass. Now, embalm. Embalm is verb, and embalmment, M-E-N-T again. The suffix means noun. What is embalm? What is embalmment? Embalm, I mean embalming something, is what to preserve something. To preserve a dead body from decay. ঠিক আছে, ধ্বংসের হাত থেকে যখন কোনো দেহকে রক্ষা করা হয়, সংরক্ষণ করা হয়. So this is a process through which we preserve a body, that is called embalmment. Clear? Now, in ancient world, it was called mummification. So mummification is just an alternative way of embalming a body. Rather, it is a superior way. In this age of technological advancement and stupendous prosperity of science, we still unable to understand and work out how this body was mummified so neatly, so beautifully in pyramid. वो कैसे किए जाते हैं वो मतलब अभी भी क्लियर नहीं है. We are still in dark regarding this mummification. We have a different process of embalming. Generally, we see in the science lab a body of lizard or a body of a rare frog that has been put in a solution of formalin. So this is a very costly process of maintaining a dead body. So that is called embalmment. Clear? Now here's is what? Here's a cart, a simple car. मतलब कोई भी एक गाड़ी, मतलब उसको क्या किए जाते हैं? So this car or the cart, or is a particular vehicle that is used for carrying dead bodies, right? That is funeral car, shop bahigari. So that is called hearse. I think most of us do not know what is hearse. We call it funeral car, we call it स्वर्ग रथ, लेकिन वो तो मतलब एक ऐसा नाम है जो थोपे गए हैं, लेकिन इसका जो एक्चुअल वर्ड है वो है कि hears, right? This is the official word, rather it is a very ornamental word, that is hears. Next, the most important word, that is euthanasia. Several times it has been asked. Euthanasia. So what is euthanasia? Popularly known as
ইচ্ছা মৃত্যু,
mercy killing. Exactly. Shasti mrityu or ichha mrityu. Shasti mrityu is a bit popular than ichha mrityu.
এটা সুইসাইড তো নয়?
No, definitely it is not a suicide. Suicide is a kind of end of life which is decided by a person after suffering a lot from mental agony especially, right? But mercy killing is a completely different thing. Mercy killing, It is a right to end one's life when somebody is unable to bear the cost of life, unable to bear the pangs or the agony as a life gives him or her. Matlab, somebody is suffering from an incurable disease. There is no chance of recovery. The only thing happens to the person is he has to suffer a lot without a hope. And suffering that goes to such an extent that it is impossible to maintain or impossible to sustain one's life. In that case, death is more, preferred than life. In that case, euthanasia is given to the person. A person appeals for euthanasia. So that means he is opting for death, because death is a mercy. Death is a God's mercy. Death is a relief from all these pangs. This time, death is a word, rather. Death is an word to the person. So this is euthanasia, right? So this is particularly a Greek word that has been directly borrowed in English, right? So this is euthanasia. A quiet, easy, and willing death. Bhayate ballam ki bolte chaichi? Is it clear to you? It's a very important word, euthanasia. Don't confuse it with suicide. Next, to desecrate a body, to examine it. Sorry, to dissect a body, to examine it. But the body could dissect karna. Especially, right, to find the exact cause of one's death, that is autopsy or post-mortem, right? Moina taduntu. Clear? Next, after obituary, we have almost a similar pronunciation, mortuary. Right. Obituary is a printed notice. But in case mortuary, it is never related to a notice or some printed thing. Mortuary is a place where something is kept. So what is that thing? This is dead bodies. So dead body, there may be different reason for keeping the body. Maybe for the purpose of dissecting the body, maybe for the purpose of preserving the body for some times, so that his relatives or friends who are living in abroad can see or paid a tribute to the person, paid a visit to the person for the last time, right? So this is mortuary or morgue. Intestate. Intestate is adjective, right? This is not noun, like we get in earlier words. Intestate is an adjective. A person dies intestate. वो intestate बन के मर गया. मतलब that means a person has no will to distribute his property among his or her ancestors. I'm sorry, his or her predecessors. Nice. So this is really a problem. If someone dies without making a will, then how his or her property will be divided into his predecessors is a real trouble. And in that case, the person is called the person dying intestate. इसका एक उल्टा meaning है. So we have an antonymous use that is called testator. So this is the antonym of the word intestate. Testator One who has prepared the will before death. So the person is called a testator. Right? See, everything is clear. Now, next is a different section with some different words. Killing of human being, killing of king, killing of mother, killing of father. So this is a series of killing. As we call it killings. So the suffix is side. And side necessarily means killing only. Maar dena, hatya, homicide. So what is homicide? Side we know, and homi, the word comes from Homo sapiens, matlab human being. In our language, we call it murder. No issue. Murder is nothing but homicide. The word homicide is very common in force. In police force, we have a separate section or a particular branch of officers who are practically expert in figuring out the case related to murder. So this squad is called what? Homicidal Department of Police. Right? So this is the word homicide. Next, regicide. Side we know. Regi, that comes from regus. Regus is a Greek word that means king or queen. That is regicide. Rajhatya, Rajhotta, Bangla jeta bole. Clear? See, we have regus, as we get it regi. We have monarch, as we get in monarchy, right? So regicide, clear. Homicide, clear. Next, matricide. That's matricide. We have matri. M-A-T-R-I. Matri. The word comes from matter, niti. Like we have maternal uncle. আমরা বলি না মামার দিকে যারা আছে মামা মামি, সো এই যে বিষয়টা ম্যাটার্নাল, মায়ের দিকের, রাইট, ম্যাটারনিটি, মাতৃত্বা. So from this word, the word has been coined matricide, killing of one's mother, নিজের মাকে হত্যা করা. Next. It sounds very foolish when we call নিজের মা, মা কি আর পরের হয় না, ব্যাপারটা তা নয়. I have said it in order to make you understand that it is not the killing of others' murder, অন্যের মাকে মারা, that cannot be called matricide. This is a homicide, right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, patricide. Must be clear.
Paternity.
Very good. Fraternity, pitritto. Next, parricide. Though its origin is different.
When we say parents,
Yes, very good, very good.
Both father and mother, na?
Exactly.
Parent meeting, matlab, father or mother, anyone can
attend a meeting. Right.
Then
so this This is origin, definitely origin, but the word has a change in form. এই শব্দটার কিন্তু একটা তফাৎ তৈরি হয়েছে। In today's English, parricide means killing of one's parents, but with a special reference to friends or relatives. In Bengali, we call it nikotattiyo hotta, right? So killing of one's friends or relatives is called parricide. Now, this explanation is a bit old. This is old explanation. Clear? Next. Fratricide. Right? Fraternity. Clear? Brotherhood, bhaichara, right? So this is patricide, bhatritva. Now see. No, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. It is getting disturbed. No. Now it's fine. The cursor was not moving. Now, fratricide, right? Sororicide. The origin is S-O-R-O-R, soror. Soror is a Latin word that means sister, like frater is brother. So killing of one's sister is sororicide. Now, uxor, U-X-O-R, really hard to pronounce. Uxor means wife. Putni hotta, patni hatiya. So killing of one's wife is called uxoricide. Whereas just the opposite, killing of one's husband is called mariticide. And the thing is that Oxoricide is done, matricide is done. Servanthood. Mariticide. Comes from matrimony. Now, this is a complete different word. When the root word has no relation with the recent meaning of the word. Mariticide comes from husband. Mariter, husband. From mariter, it is mariticide. ঠিক আছে, সোজা কথায় এই বিষয়টা বুঝতেই পারছি, ম্যারিটিসাইড। নেক্সট, ইনফ্যান্টিসাইড, ভেরি ক্লিয়ার। শিশু হত্যা, killing of one's infant. See, here's a thing which is missing. Killing of an infant, infanticide. See, not written on your killing of infants, that is infanticide, that is not written once. Now here in this explanation, a particular word once is missing. Why once is missing? Because we have a different word. Killing of one's daughter or son. मतलब ऐसे कोई लोग, ऐसे कोई आदमी जो क्या करते, जितना सारा लीव है उसको मतलब डिस्ट्रॉय कर देते हैं, right? Now the person is trying to keep it up. That is killing of one's daughter or son, that is filicide. खुद का होगा तो filicide, खुद का नहीं होगा then infanticide. Origin fili, but fili is not the Greek word. The actual word is philia. Right? Philia means love, rather strong love. Clear?
Philia-phobia.
Exactly, philia, phobia, mania. So we know all these things. Strong love. Now see, from there we have got the word filicide. Philia, filicide. Now see. Now, what is gamophilia? Can you guess the word? Gamophilia. Can you guess it out? Gamo means what? Gamy. Polygamy, monogamy. So what does gamy mean?
Marriage.
Marriage, wedding. Right? That means a strong attraction for getting married. Right? So that's called gamophilia. philia. আর বিয়ে পাগলা যাকে বলে আর কি, দ্যাট ইজ গ্যামোফিলিক। ঠিক আছে, আমি বুঝতে পারছি কি বলতে চাইছি। Now come to the next word, that is feticide. Again, the word comes from fetus. Right, from fetus, the word is feticide. F-O-E-T-I-C-I-D, fetus. Clear? Next, killing of a group of people, right? Mass killing যেটাকে আমরা বলবো, genocide, oh, again, this becomes uncontrolled. Now, genocide, massacre, carnage, mass killing, killing of a large number of people together, गणहत्या, जैसे हम कहते हैं कि जलियनवाला बाग massacre, right? So killing of a number of people together. Carnage, same meaning. Genocide, same meaning. Cottage, cottage means what? C-O-R-T-E-G, cottage, a funeral procession. Followed after a dead body.
শোকযাত্রা।
Exactly, শোকযাত্রা বা শবযাত্রা. Very interesting word. That is cottage, C-O-R-T-E-G, cottage. Now, sarcophagus. What is sarcophagus? Stone coffin. As we have seen in some movies, that is based on the plot of pyramid. That is sarcophagus, a beautiful coffin made of stone. Next, elegy. Elegy is those who are the students of literature, right, or language. The word must be common. Elegy, E-L-E-G-Y. Poems or songs sung by a funeral work. Okay, that is called elegy. Shok Gatha. This is a word for elegy. And the next is what? Obsequies. O-B-A-C-Q-U-I-E-S. Obsequies. Obsequies is what? Obsequies, it's a, we call it of obsequies, right? Now, this list is complete regarding death. Now, in the next one, we have the one words or the vocabs related to profession. Acrobat, peddler, tinker, confectioner, astronaut, astronomer, drover, draper, florist, lapidist, stoker, stevedore, docker, somnambulist, somniloquist, mercenary, assassin, infantry, cavalry, antiquary, right? Antiquary, ophthalmologist, clear? I think these words can be taken care of by you personally. Acrobat. Acrobat means what? One who performs gymnastics or gymnastics activity, especially for the purpose of entertaining people. मनोरंजन करने के लिए जो ये एक्रोबैटिक का खेल दिखाते हैं उसको हम कहते हैं, राइट, पेडलर. The best word is ped. Ped is actually feet or leg. Now, peddler, जो पैदल चल के चीज बिकाऊ करते हैं उसको कहते हैं कि पेडलर. जो चीज बेचते इधर उधर घूम के. So one sells from door to door is called peddler. But in today's meaning, a drug seller is called a peddler. Now see, this is a root word. Peddle, verb. Yes.
Peddler, drug seller, or middleman, the dalal or broker.
Exactly, the broker or the middleman who deals the particular karobar of karobar or the particular trade of taking and giving or supplying drugs. So the persons are called what? Peddler. Peddle is what? Try to sell goods by going from house to house. That is called peddle. Now, this is the next meaning of the word peddle. To spread or promote something. Matlab, that is to approach to the people to spread out the idea. That is called peddle. Example, an idea or rumor that has been peddled. Failana. Clear? One who repairs steel products. Right? So the person is called tinker. T-I-N-K-E-R. Tinker. Now, one who sells sweets and cakes, confectioner. Astronauts. The beginning of the word is very clear to us, astro. A-S-T-R-O, astro or astra, जो भी word है, मतलब क्या?
Space.
Celestial, tara.
Space. Mahakash. So astronaut, one who travels in spacecraft, that is called astronauts. Astronomer, one who studies about the stars, planets, and spaces. One whose study is getting involved in the affair of space is called astronomer. But see, astrologer is a different thing. Do you know what is astrology? What is astrology? Right. It has no connection with science. Astronomy is a clear-cut science, but astrology is a pseudoscience. Clear? Drover, one who deals in cattle, right? Draper, right? One who deals in garments is called draper, because drap is an individual verb through which we mean to hang clothes or clothing loosely on somebody or something. That is called draping. She had a shawl draped round her shoulders. এই চাদরটাকে ঘিরে পরা, that is drap. From this word, the word draper comes. One who deals in garments, right? Now, florist. F-L-O-R-A. Flora. It comes from flower. ফুল যারা বিক্রি করে, florist. It's a very simple one. We have flora and fauna. If it is related to plants, we call it flora. Fauna is what? If it is related to animals, we call it fauna, the variety of animals. Clear? Lapidist. Simple. Stone ka karbar jo karte, that is called lapidist. One who cuts and polishes precious stones. Lapidist. The word comes from lapis lazuli. Okay, forget it. It will be very difficult for understanding and remembering the word that is lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is a kind of very costly stone, like Kohinoor. There is lapis lazuli. From this word, lapidist come. So we have different word like gem cutter, monikar, gem cutter, lapidist. Clear? Now, who is a stoker? This is a forgotten profession. In the movie Sholay, we have seen stoker. Stoking something, that is putting coals into a furnace, is called stoking, right? এই যে চুল্লিতে কয়লা যারা ক্রমাগত দিতে থাকে, they are called stoker. One who maintains fire in steam engine is called stoker. So the person is expert in stoking, in the activity of stoking. They continue to fuel something so that a cart or a vehicle move easily. Right? One who loads and unloads ship is called what? Who loads and unloads ship is called stevedore, docker. Stevedore is a famous word. Docker is INFM, that is informal words. This is not a very word that is followed in dictionary. Docker. From dock, the word comes. Docker. Now, somnambule is very, very, very important. Somnia. Bullist. Bullist. Bullying. Who is a bullist? A walker. Right? A walker. One who walks is called bullist. Somnia. Somnia means sleep, slumber. Now, Somnambulist or somnambulism. This is a person who walks in sleep. This is a disease in which a person is supposed to talk in sleep. One who talks in sleep, one who walks in sleep. And one who talks in sleep is called somniloquist. So we have somnia, it is clear. What is a loquist? L-O-Q-U-E or L-O-G-U-E. These words are related to conversation, কথোপকথন, a process of dialogue, log, L-O-G-U-E or L-O-Q-U-E. So we have lock here, rather lockist, right? That means one who talks in sleep, as simple as. So probably this list of words is clear to you. Now it is very easy to understand mercenary. It is clearly written infantry, cavalry, antiquarian, right? So now your duty is to mug it up, complete. Prepare by writing it, practicing and practicing. Clear? Any question? Any further question?
No, sir.
Now, from next day onwards, we will move to the error correction, finding error in a sentence. This is a huge part in your syllabus. And besides this, I will be supplying you all these notes and whatever is needed to understand the word, right? So till then, goodbye.
Good night, sir.
Good night.